Diversity's Kaleidoscope, Reframing Success Through Inclusion. Welcome to the Black CEO podcast, where we're about to embark on a journey that will challenge your perceptions, ignite your passion, and maybe even change the way you see the world. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that's not just important, but absolutely crucial for our collective future. I had the incredible privilege of sitting down with Tracey King, a visionary leader who's not just talking about change, but actively reshaping the landscape of diversity, inclusion, and empowerment. Tracey King isn't just another voice in the crowd. She's a force of nature, a beacon of hope in an industry often criticized for its lack of diversity. As the driving force behind elegant models of All Town and Model Agency, EMOA, Tracey is rewriting the rules of what's possible when we truly embrace diversity and inclusion. Her work isn't just changing lives, it's transforming entire industries and challenging us all to be better, to do better, and to create a world where everyone truly belongs. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Oh, great, another talk about diversity. Haven't we heard this all before? But trust me, what Tracey is doing, what she shared with me, it's different, it's real, it's actionable, and it's changing lives in ways that will leave you inspired, motivated, and maybe even a little bit in awe. So buckle up, open your minds, and get ready to see the world through a new lens. Because by the end of this talk, I promise you'll be looking at diversity and inclusion in a whole new light. Let's start with a question. Have you ever walked into a room and felt like you didn't belong? Like every eye was judging you, every whisper was about you? Now, imagine a world where that feeling doesn't exist. A world where every space is a safe space, where diversity isn't just a buzzword, but a living, breathing reality. That's the world Tracey King is working to create. And let me tell you, it's a world we all need to be a part of. Tracey's mission is beautifully simple, yet profoundly impactful: to build a safe space where everyone who walks through their agency feels welcome. But here's the kicker: it's not just about feeling welcome, it's about upholding the guiding principles of diversity, inclusion, equity, and equality. It's about promoting positive change in our communities. It's about redefining what success looks like in industries that have long been bastions of exclusivity. Now, let's break this down, shall we? First up, diversity and inclusion. We hear these words thrown around a lot, don't we? They become corporate buzzwords plastered on mission statements and diversity reports. But at EMOA, Tracey and her team are living these principles every single day. They're not just talking the talk, they're walking the walk. And the results, well, they're nothing short of revolutionary. Imagine, if you will, a modeling agency where everyone, and I mean everyone, feels like they belong, where your skin color, your body type, your background, none of that matters. What matters is your talent, your passion, your drive. That's what EMOA has created. And let me tell you, it's not just changing the modeling industry, it's changing lives. Let me share a story with you. There was this young woman, let's call her Sarah. Sarah had always dreamed of being a model, but she'd been told time and time again that she didn't have the look, whatever that means, right? She was too short, too curvy, too different, but then she found EMOA. And you know what happened? They didn't just see her potential, they celebrated it. They embraced everything that made her unique, everything that other agencies had rejected. Today, Sarah's not just modeling, she's inspiring a whole new generation of girls who look like her to chase their dreams. But here's the thing: it's not just about modeling. EMOA is creating opportunities in acting and music. They're bridging gaps between diverse backgrounds, perspectives, and experiences. They're showing the world that when you embrace diversity, when you truly include everyone, magic happens. Now, let's talk about empowerment through community, because that's what this is all about, isn't it? It's not just about giving people a chance, it's about building a community that lifts everyone up. And that's exactly what Tracey and her team are doing. Think about it. When was the last time you felt truly supported in chasing your dreams? When was the last time you were surrounded by people who not only believed in you, but were actively helping you succeed? That's the kind of community EMOA is building. It's a community where your background doesn't define you, your dreams do. Let me share another story with you. There was this young man, let's call him Mike. Mike had always loved acting, but coming from a tough neighborhood, he never thought it was a possibility for him. He thought acting was for other people. Not anymore. EMOA didn't just give Mike a chance, they gave him a family, a support system. Today, Mike's not just acting, he's mentoring other kids from his neighborhood, showing them that their dreams are valid, that their voices matter. But here's where it gets really interesting. It's not just about the individuals, it's about the ripple effect. Every person who walks through EMOA's doors and finds success, they become an inspiration. They become proof that diversity and inclusion aren't just nice ideas, they're essential for success. And that brings me to the third key point I took away from my conversation with Tracey: actionable commitment. Because let's face it, talk is cheap. We've all heard companies and organizations talk about diversity and inclusion. We've seen the fancy mission statements, the colorful posters, but how many are actually doing something about it? EMOA is different. They're not just talking, they're doing. They're taking concrete steps every single day to make their vision a reality. And the results speak for themselves. In just 1 year, they've helped countless individuals reach their full potential. People who never thought they could be models, actors, singers, rappers, they're now living their dreams. But here's the thing: it's not just about the entertainment industry. The principles that EMOA is applying, they can work anywhere, in any industry, in any community. And that's where you come in. I want you to think about your own life, your own community, your own workplace. Like, are you seeing true diversity, true inclusion? If not, what can you do about it? Because here's the truth: change doesn't happen by itself. It happens when people like you and me decide to make it happen. Maybe it's starting a mentorship program in your company. Maybe it's advocating for more diverse hiring practices. Maybe it's simply reaching out to someone who looks different from you, who comes from a different background, and making them feel welcome. Whatever it is, do something. Take action. Because here's what I learned from Tracey King and EMOA. When we embrace diversity, when we truly include everyone, we all win. Innovation flourishes, creativity explodes, problems get solved in ways we never imagined, and most importantly, lives are changed. Let me share one last story with you. This one's about a company. Let's call it Innotech. Innotech was struggling. Their products were stagnant. Their market share was shrinking. They decided to take a leap of faith and completely overhaul their hiring practices, focusing on diversity and inclusion. And you know what happened? Within 2 years, they had doubled their market share. They had created products that were reaching entirely new demographics, all because they had different voices at the table, different perspectives shaping their decisions. That's the power of diversity and inclusion. That's the power of what Tracey King and EMOA are doing. And that's the power that each and every one of us has within us. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. That's all well and good, but I'm just one person. What difference can I really make? And to that, I say every massive change starts with one person, one decision, one action. Think about it. Every great movement in history started with one person deciding enough was enough. Rosa Parks deciding not to give up her seat. Martin Luther King Jr. deciding to share his dream. Malala Yousafzai deciding to speak up for girls' education. These were all just regular people who decided to take a stand. And here's the beautiful thing: you don't have to change the whole world overnight. You just have to start with your world, your workplace, your community, your circle of friends. So here's my challenge to you. When you leave here today, I want you to do three things. First, look around you. Really look at your workplace, your community, your social circles. Are they as diverse as they could be? Are all voices being heard? Are different perspectives being valued? If not, ask yourself why. And more importantly, ask yourself what you can do about it. Second, listen, really listen to those who are different from you, to their stories, their struggles, their dreams. Because it's only when we truly listen that we can begin to understand. And it's only when we understand that we can truly empathize and act. And third, act. Do something, anything, to promote diversity and inclusion in your sphere of influence. It doesn't have to be big. Small actions taken consistently can create massive change. Maybe it's speaking up in a meeting when you notice someone's idea being overlooked. Maybe it's recommending a diverse candidate for a job opening. Maybe it's simply making an effort to include someone who's usually left out. Remember, diversity isn't just about race or gender. It's about age, background, experience, perspective. It's about creating a world where everyone feels valued, where everyone has a chance to shine, where everyone's unique gifts are recognized and celebrated. Tracey King and EMOA are showing us what's possible when we truly embrace diversity and inclusion. They're showing us that it's not just the right thing to do, it's the smart thing to do for our businesses, for our communities, for our world. So let's take a page from their book. Let's commit to creating a world where everyone feels welcome, where everyone has a chance to reach their full potential, where diversity isn't just accepted, it's celebrated. Because here's the truth, we're all in this together, and we're all better off when everyone has a seat at the table. So let's make room. Let's open doors. Let's create opportunities. Let's build a world where diversity and inclusion aren't just buzzwords, but realities. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. Imagine a world where every person feels valued, where every voice is heard, where every dream has a chance to become reality. That's the world Tracey King and EMOA are working to create. And it's a world we can all help build one action at a time. So, what will your action be? What step will you take today to promote diversity and inclusion in your life? Because remember, change doesn't happen by itself. It happens when people like you and me decide to make it happen. And let's be clear, this isn't just about being nice. This isn't just about feeling good. This is about creating a better, more innovative, more prosperous world for all of us. Because when we tap into the full spectrum of human diversity, we unlock potential we never knew existed. Think about it. Every time we exclude someone, we're not just hurting them, we're hurting ourselves. We're depriving ourselves of their unique perspective, their unique talents, their unique contributions. We're limiting our own potential for growth and innovation. But when we include everyone, when we create spaces where everyone can thrive, that's when the magic happens. That's when we start solving problems in ways we never imagined. That's when we start creating products and services that truly meet the needs of all people. That's when we start building a world that works for everyone. So I challenge you. No, I dare you. Dare you to be the change. Dare you to be the one who speaks up, who reaches out, who opens doors, who creates opportunities, who builds bridges. Because here's the thing, diversity isn't a threat. It's not something to be feared or resisted. It's our greatest strength. It's our superpower. It's what makes us uniquely human. So let's embrace it. Let's celebrate it. Let's harness its power to create a world that's more just, more equitable, more innovative, and yes, more beautiful. Remember, every time you include someone who's usually left out, every time you amplify a voice that's usually silenced, every time you open a door that's usually closed, you're not just changing one life, you're changing the world. So go out there, be brave, be bold, be inclusive, because the world needs you. The world needs all of us. Together, we can create a future where diversity isn't just accepted, it's celebrated. A future where inclusion isn't just a goal, it's a reality. A future where everyone, regardless of who they are or where they come from, has the chance to shine. Let's make that future a reality starting today. Because if not us, who? If not now, when? Thank you for joining me on this journey. Thank you for listening. And most of all, thank you for being part of the change we need in this world. Now, let's go out there and make some waves